So this knowledge circle will produce clear practice instructions for the examiners. And through this manual, the users will be informed of the current practice of the office. But the key issue is that not only these knowledge circles deal with intellectual property core business, but also it has a vocation of being a thorough analysis of the office, because we also have, for example, a knowledge circle on procurement and finance, and also on issues related to staff. Now, another important issue for users is accessibility. So the OHIM is working hard to provide more access for users to the examiners. For example, the OHIM has a switchboard that receives from 8,000 to 10,000 calls every day. Out of those, around 2,000 to 3,000 go to the OHIM Information Center. And it is true that sometimes it is difficult to reach those examiners that are handling the files. In that sense, we are trying to balance, of course, the duty of the examiners and the work of the examiners, not to interrupt their work, but also find a balance so that we are opening like time slots so that users may have more access to the examiners. Also, on the other hand, I would like to mention that the OHIM is now embarked in an important project that is the creation of a new website that the most important issue is to provide an improved experience for users to facilitate their interaction with the OHIM. And that is very important that for this project of the website, we have a working group including national offices and users association. Because for us it's very important to have a new website that has the benediction of the users, of those that are going to, of course, use the system. And without their feedback, it would be probably a sterile exercise. And now, this is the trilogy I would like to mention. This is the fundamental initiatives that are the building blocks for the OHIM contribution to the European Trademark and Design Network. In that sense, we have three areas. First, the building of common tools that would bring common tools that would join all the national tools that would be used by all national offices and of course users, so that we provide a unified system when it comes to trademarks. On the other hand, the importance of harmonizing of practices, and on the third place, it would be further harmonize laws and practices in the European Union. Yes, working together. As regards, like I was mentioning, the network, currently there are 300 people from national offices and user associations and international organizations, international global offices, that are working in the two main initiatives leading to the creation of this network. That is the Cooperation Fund and the Convergence Programs. The number of participants in this exercise is bound to reach 600 later this year. That includes personnel from national offices, OHIM personnel, and the participation of the users. Now, the legislation timetable, just to mention that the proposal will be released in September. And the idea is that to provide support to this exercise of efficiency, quality, and predictability. You know, that will through EU legislation, the idea is to, after the 1988 harmonization directive, to further strengthen this harmonization. The point is that a user that may decide for certain types of products to go to a national office, whatever it will be, a couple of them or not, or to go for a EU-wide registration, will be sure and certain that will receive the same kind of treatment, that is, and will have the same result. That is very, very important as regards, for example, confusion of the user that are not really professionals in the use of IP, and also save costs, because companies that are not sure of what would be the outcome or may receive different outcomes from the same action in different parts of the European Union is not very efficient. Well, the observatory is other initiative that the OHIM is taking, because it is important that once we have a registration system in place, after that it is very important that there is an enforcement system, that your rights will be observed. In that sense, the OHIM that had already been doing some actions as regards coordination in that sense. For example, we were conducting some trainings, some seminars for judges, and the OHIM has been the agency that naturally would provide the coordination as regards the enforcement activities. So the observatory has been approved by the legislators to be put within the OHIM, but still to have a very, let's say, consistent approach to that. The observatory has to keep independence in the work. I think I'm running out of time. I think the most important points are I already mentioned. So the idea is to converge on tools, practices, and legislation. For that, we have created the convergence programs and the cooperation fund, along with the work of the European Union concerning legislation. Let me give you this, you will have in your presentation. These are some of the cooperation fund programs. The most important are Trademark View and Euroclass, are these tools that have a global vocation, not only for European Union national offices, but also we, for example, the US Patent Office is very interested in the Euroclass project, and also are concerning Trademark View. At this point, we have 7 million trademarks in the Trademark View tool, and is bound to increase further. We would like to have all trademarks in the European Union to start with after going global. Here you have some information on the number of offices involved in all the different projects, and also of the Users Association. And WIPO as observer in many of the initiatives, and of course the EPO very closely associated. The convergence programs, you have here a number of initiatives, mainly concerning classification, a scope of class headings, that different offices have different practices, also issues on concerning figurative marks, black and white trademarks, etc. Well, basically the benefits for the office, I would sum up saying that it will reduce uncertainty for companies that can plan, depending on their business strategy, what kind of protection they need, be it national, regional, or community-wide. It will save cost, and of course it will redund in the exercise of innovation and creating a knowledge economy that we are all looking for. Thank you very much for your attention.